Hi, I'm Xuan, and I have graduated from Nanyang Polytechnic Space and Interior Design in 2016. I'm currently a fourth-year architecture student in National University of Singapore. Growing up in a family of musicians, I suppose that's what sparks my interest in the arts side. So when I was in secondary school, I actually liked art lessons a lot, more than mathematics, science. After I graduated from O-levels, so I decided to choose Polytechnic. And in Polytechnic itself, I know that I want to do something that is art related. Eventually, after talking to several lecturers in the open house, also under the encouragement of my mother, I chose Space and Interior Design in the end. So I'm fortunate enough to receive the sponsorship from Building and Construction Authorities during my Polytechnic days in Space and Interior Design. So during my Poly days, there are a variety of modules that we went through from year 1 to year 3. So it's mainly about crafting the way we see things, broadening our perspective when it comes to space, comes to design. More than just the conceptual things, we also learned the very real things about the industry, like finding samples, finding materials, really going down to the industrial side to ask the uncles for some wooden samples. I think these are the very real and raw experience that I went through. Subsequently, it's learning about how the nature can inform us about certain beauty of the natural world. We call them the biomimicry. So then it's looking at insects, looking at flower, even the movement of the leaves by the wind that tell us a story and also allow us to build a design from there. During my third year, I'm lucky enough to have my 6 months internship with WOHA Architects. During my internship, I was in the interior design department and I learned a lot more. It's different between school and work because in school we are learning about how we convey our design, how we come out with our design and all that. But in the office, it's really looking for what the client wants to have. So there is this difference. Then under the guidance of my senior designers, they actually taught me like how the office does the design. It's not from whimsical ideas like looking at flowers and all that, but really it's the very real thing, like how people sit in the space, how they feel in the environment. So suddenly design became very real to me. Like I have to look at how we ourselves interact with our surrounding. So after I graduated from my Polytechnic, I came back to WOHA Architects as a full-timer, and my role then is project coordinator. I started in the interior design department again, and I was assisting the team with producing drawings and helping the designers to get drawings out so that they are able to convey to clients or even for a meeting with the directors. After which, throughout the few months, I actually have to learn up a new software, which is Revit, because then I think the industry starts to go into the 3D scene. This is when the company felt like maybe they can put me in the architecture team to do more of the Revit task. So then in the architecture department, things are really different from the interior, because now I am suddenly looking at structures, something that is more connected with the civil engineer side, and things starts to grow in scale, because in interior we are looking at the wall finishes, the floor finishes, but suddenly we are talking about how the beams join with the floor slab, all this very technical stuff. And coming from a background that has not dealt with architecture before, everything is very fresh to me. So I actually enjoy it because I get to learn something that I didn't know. And I suppose this is when I decided that I wish to continue to pursue in architecture. So after 2 years of working in WOHA Architects, I decided to pursue architecture in my further studies. So with the support of my company and together with having a scholarship from BCA, I started my journey in NUS in 2018. I think one special thing about working in WOHA Architects, it's about finding the best way to design a building that is energy efficient, it's sustainable, it's reducing the harm that it's causing to our planet. So it's about replacing the biodiversity that we have taken away. So during my time in WOHA as a project coordinator, I have worked on several projects, so including the Bragg University in Dhaka. So it's currently under construction. I think what I enjoy most about my work is that I'm able to learn from any little things, and also of course the relationships I have with my fellow colleagues, and then the office culture. I think it's very encouraging for me to ask questions, for me to learn something I don't know. They won't put you down if you don't know anything. So I think I actually like this part a lot, because I'm naturally a more shy person to really share my ideas or even ask questions. But then throughout my time in WOHA Architects, the people really encouraged me to just share, to just ask. So I think this is what I enjoy a lot, to be in an environment that I can learn and grow. I'm not restricted to just one course, like space and interior design. I'm not restricted to just interior design, but there's so many things I can do out there, be it architecture or even art installations. It broadens up the way I look at things, looking at new ideas, accepting differences between myself and even the way my tutors think. It is important to keep having this passion to learn, that heart to keep learning from all the little things, be it doing something as simple as drawing doors, schedules, how you manage your time, and learning how to create the best workflow that works for you. My first project in NUS, it's about building a timber structure using modules. It's a small scale project, yet it is about looking at the details on how the timber join from one piece to another piece. So then this is when I start to feel like I really enjoy architecture, because I'm learning about structures that I never have the chance to actually learn before. Then the second project that actually continue my perspective in thinking different way of looking at design. It's a rope project. Architecture is not just about the hard surfaces, having the walls and the floors, but suddenly architecture is about looking at materials, how materials can inform me about their durability, their strength, and even the way they move when a person moves on it. So these two projects that I went through, actually they are the first two projects in my first year in NUS. It actually brings me to continue that kind of rigorosity, to keep thinking about things beyond me and not to restrict myself and fall back on the safety nets of what I knew already. So after my studies in NUS, I'll be back to WOHA Architects as full-time. But we'll never know where I'll be at eventually. I know that one thing for sure is that I will keep learning and exploring in the world of design.